Hi, I'm Margaret Park, and I'm here with another gardening tip. For those of you who would like to save your heirloom vegetable variety seeds, you might know that it's a little difficult to save the seeds of the biennial vegetable plants, things like all the vegetables in the cabbage family, and a lot of the root vegetables like beets and carrots, parsnips, Swiss chard. They generally don't flower and make seeds until the second growing season. So the problem becomes how to get these plants to stay alive through the winter, and so that they will come back and grow in the spring and make those flowers. So here's a tip that really works very well. I'm in climate zone 6, and you can see the results that I've got. And I'm verging on zone 5 also, depending upon the winter. So this certainly works for this climate zone, and of course any place that's warmer. And you might try it if you're in a colder climate zone too. The method is to use water, which will freeze into ice, releasing some calories as it freezes, and staying at a kind of a more or less stable freezing temperature throughout the winter. That's one of the great benefits of water. I've used these plastic half-gallon milk jugs. You can use any kind of container. Glass, however, can break when it freezes, so glass is not ideal. Cardboard containers, like orange juice containers, are also fine. But you want to surround the plant specimen that you're trying to overwinter, and make sure that there are no gaps. Make sure everything is very tightly spaced around. And this is actually a cauliflower plant that I chose to try to overwinter, and I uncovered it a couple of weeks ago, and it's grown now higher than the milk jugs. But as you can see, it is survived quite well, and it's actually making flowers, and those will be seeds when I collect them. So this is the general principle. You do want to cover your bottle arrangement, and this is a nice kind of cloth that's made by DuPont that is made for gardening. It works very well, but I think you could probably use any kind of permeable cloth that has a little bit of tooth to it, so it's not going to just collapse under snow. And just surround it all. You can wrap it around. You can tie a string around it, and then weight it down with rocks or cover it the ends up with dirt. And that's how this plant survived the winter. I'll show you the kale plants that also survive the winter using the same treatment. I surrounded a couple of kale plants, and they are actually starting to make little flowers here. And you can see that this was a kale plant that wasn't surrounded, that definitely did not make it through the winter time. These are parsnips, by the way, and they just came back without any protection at all, including a few carrots as well. Now let me show you the beet plant, which also had been surrounded and covered with the cloth. Let's get the camera real close here. But when I first uncovered it and looked, I thought the beet was dead because it had lost all of its growth. But I don't know if you can see that, but there are little branches that are beginning to sprout, which will make flower stalks and tons of beet seeds. One thing about the cabbage family plants, they will interbreed, I mean they will hybridize, so luckily this cauliflower is making flowers long before the kale, and I think I'll be able to gather seeds from cauliflower that will be pure cauliflower variety, as well as the kale. And I think I just lucked out this year, but oftentimes you can't collect both two kinds or multiple kinds of cabbage family plants. at the same time because they hybridize. And then who knows what you'll get. So that's my gardening tip for today. And I do encourage you to try seed saving. It's definitely a good way to save money, and it's a good way to have plenty of seeds. And it's just a nice thing to do. And these heirloom varieties are tried and true, and they've been successful in gardens, home gardens for generations. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and have a good day. Thanks.